Hey everyone, it's Elizabeth, and today I am going to do another makeup slash craft project. Let's see here. So here are my supplies. What I'm going to do is remove this glittery shade from this Huda Beauty Amethyst Obsessions palette. It just has too much glitter for me, and there's a lot of fallout. I'm never going to use it, and it's just more irritating than it is fun to use. So I'm going to remove that. I'm just going to scrape it out, throw it away, and then I'm going to replace it with this shade from the Kat Von D Plum Eye Quad. I love the packaging on this, and I've gotten a lot of good uses out of this palette, but this shade I never ever use. I don't know if you can tell from the lighting here, but it's a very, very, very light lavender, but it's a matte shade, and I'm never going to use that. And then this shade, it doesn't blend very well, and it's a little bit patchy, and it's just not bright purpley enough for me. So I rarely use that shade. So that's half of the palette that I don't even use. These two shades are great. They're so pigmented, they're soft, they're blendable. I love them. But like this one, it's just too gray. So now that I have this purple palette, I'm never really I don't see myself reaching for this ever. To get a purple look. So I'm going to take this shade. Yeah, the lighting, the color is way off on camera, but it's just kind of a pink, neutral pink shade. And I'm going to scrape it out. I'm going to mix it with some alcohol in this little Tupperware thing. And then I'm going to repress it back into this square. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I hope it works out. I've only repressed a shadow like once before. So there we go. I don't have editing software, so once again, I'm just going to start and stop the recording. So it's not going to be a high quality video, but hopefully it'll be informative and fun to watch. So I guess I should show you the other tools I have. I found this little dropper, and I'm going to use that for the alcohol so I can get a precise amount. And then I have this retired cuticle pusher and this retired pair of tweezers. They've now become house tools. So I'm going to use this cuticle pusher. Now, oh, you know what I should do? I'm going to cover the rest of these squares with tape or something. I'm going to be right back and show you what I've come up with, because these pans are so close together. I don't want to get this glitter shade everywhere. All right, laugh if you must, but I did a surgical drape here with wax paper and Scotch tape. So let's begin. These are so soft. But I used the shadow today, and just the amount of fallout on my under eyes was way too much. And I do my eye makeup first before I do my face makeup. And once I'm done with my eyes, I just take a cotton ball with some micellar water on it, and that really just cleans up the under eye area. But with this sparkly shade, the glitter didn't come off, so I was kind of disappointed with that. I don't want glitter anywhere that I don't want glitter, you know. So yeah, that's why I'm taking this shadow out. So I'm going to go over to the sink, dump this out, and just clean out the rest of it. Okay, I've cleaned that out as best as I could. Just gonna try and clean it out more with the Q-tip. Now I'm going to try and pull this pan out so I can refill it with that other shadow without trying to refill it with all these other shadows around it. But if I can't pull the pan out without compromising the rest of the packaging, then I'll just have to do it while it's still glued in. Okay, I'm just gonna clean out the rest of this off camera. Okay, I've got a little Q-tip with some 91% isopropyl alcohol on it, and I'm just going to make sure that this is nice and clean. There's a tiny bit of makeup stuck in the corners, but it'll be fine. All right. I am now going to attempt to remove this metal pan with some tweezers, and I have, again, my cuticle pusher that maybe I can get in on the edge. The packaging is made out of cardboard, so I don't want to tear it. Trying to find like, ooh, this is hard. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a flathead screwdriver and see if I can wedge that in. So I have this little kit of 6 mini screwdrivers. This has come in handy so much. I got it at Home Depot. Stanley has 2 Phillips and 4 flatheads. So I'm gonna use this smallest one. And it's come in handy for things like this, but also like electronics, and if you need to replace a battery or something. Ooh, I'm getting a little bit. Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's hard to see. I'm trying to do this and like keep it in the frame at the same time. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I'm going to continue this off camera. I'll be right back. Okay, I've got the corner kind of lifted up a little bit, so I'm using the cuticle pusher, the really narrow end, and yeah, let's take a look at that. So that's all the glue that was underneath. So I'm wondering if I can just take some needle nose pliers and just kind of fix this up. So again, I'm going to go back into my little tool drawer and find another tool to use. But yay, I got that out. Okay, I found a pair of pliers. These are actually for jewelry making. See how they're flat instead of have those like notches on them, so you don't get as much friction, but you don't need a lot when you're making jewelry. So I used to be into jewelry making, but I don't really wear jewelry these days, so I haven't made a lot. Anyway, we're going to just flatten out these edges. And then I can reuse this little pan. Okay, I'm just gonna finish this off camera. All right, I think I've got it as flat and perfect as I'm going to. You can see it's kind of marred up there on the edge, but that's okay. Yay. Okay, next, I'm going to take this shade out of the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Quad. And so I just have this little Tupperware. I'm going to put it in. Gotta make sure it's clean. Yeah, it looks clean. Okay. And crumble it up and then add some isopropyl alcohol. Mix it up. So let's see. I'm going to rinse this off. Actually, I'm going to wash it off with the alcohol and then I can use it to scrape this out. Okay, here we go. I really like these shadows. They're so just soft, pigmented. They blend well. You get a lot of fallout with them, but for me, that's okay if they're opaque and everything else about them is the same, because I can just tap off my brush and then, clean my under eye when I'm done with my eyeshadow. So this pan is huge. I'm just going to take half of it. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the other half. Yesterday I put up a video and it was me customizing a blush palette, and it actually went really well. So I've kind of took to that bait and doing something else now. So I have this little dropper, so I'm going to take a little bit of alcohol. I really have no idea how much to use, but I'm just going to kind of experiment and see. I guess I'll use this as my spatula as well. I remember in chemistry class we had little metal spatulas, and that would come in handy right now. I'm not quite sure what consistency I need to get this to. Let me turn this light on, see if that helps any. Maybe? It's kind of, it's like putty right now. I'm going to add a few more drops. I know this alcohol is very volatile and evaporates easily, so I kind of want to work quickly, I think. I mean, again, I've never done this before. Sorry if it's not in frame. I'm trying to do this and look at the viewfinder at the same time. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna try that. Okay, so let's kind of scoop this out. I feel like I'm baking. Oh my gosh, there's glitter all over my fingers. Oh no. Oh, it gets everywhere, doesn't it? So we're gonna put these in a little pan. Oh, that's actually a really good consistency. So, I'm gonna get some more. Oh, actually, that's all we're gonna get. So this purple palette, I bought it a few days ago. I've worn it twice. I love the colors in it, but I was just not impressed with the quality of it for being a high-end palette. And it's Huda Beauty, and her large palettes are super expensive. And I kind of expected the same. Let's see, how do I scrape off the top here? I kind of expected the same level of quality with these smaller palettes, and I don't know if that's the case. The matte shades, I really had to build up to get full pigmentation, and they don't blend very well. And then the shimmer shades have a lot of fallout. So that's why I love the colors again, and I will definitely use it a lot. I've been looking for a purple palette that has those bright, rich purple colors in it, and I've been eyeing that one for a while, and so I finally picked it up. So I can get the mattes to where I want them to be. It just takes like 2 or 3 times as long as it would for other shadows. I think I want to like scrape it off, but I feel like it's already started drying. So I think that's good. Yeah. I don't want to wait and then glue it in because I want to finish this video up. So I think I'm just gonna wash my hands and grab some glue and pop it in. So I'm gonna wash all this shadow and glitter off my hands and be right back. All right, I'm just going to apply some glue here. If you watched the video from yesterday, I explained that I couldn't find any super glue in the house, so I'm using this industrial strength glue. I'm sure it'll work just fine, so I'm going to put a little dab in there. It's thick. There, probably don't need a lot. And then in goes the little pan. And how do I press it down? Let's see. Just gonna kind of press at the corners. Again, it's still wet. If I weren't recording this, I would probably let it dry. But I'm just gonna press that in there. Actually, I just kind of try and even that out more. I know it's not gonna look perfect. Whoa, my camera. But I think that looks okay. And because I'm going to use this color as my kind of all over color to set my eyeshadow primer, I'll wear the unevenness away pretty quickly. All right, so cool. I'm going to go ahead and take all this drapery off and show you the final product. All right, check it out. So happy with how that turned out, and I didn't destroy the palette, and I didn't stick my fingers in the other shadows. Again, these colors are not true to what the colors actually are. I'm just filming on my cell phone, but so yeah, I removed that glittery shade that creates fallout all over my cheeks and replaced it with this Kat Von D shade, which is so smooth and pigmented and really nice. So now it has 4 matte shades, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 shimmer shades, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this very shimmery, glittery, possibly duochrome shade. I'll show you back and forth. It has this kind of a periwinkle reflect, which is cool. Very cool looking, unique shade. But again, this one has so much fallout that I'm going to have to experiment with different ways of wearing it and applying it to my eyes so that I can keep fallout to a minimum. Anyway, I'm going to let this dry. Hopefully my cats don't get to it. Thank you so much for watching. I have definitely caught the bug. I have some other palettes. I'll just show you real quick. This video is kind of long already, but my loved Tartlet and Bloom has seen better days. This shade cracked, and now I want to replace it with something. I love the packaging on this. It's so beautiful. And yeah, so I want to replace this with something. And then I also have this white peach palette from Too Faced. I found this at TJ Maxx for a big discount, and I do like peach colored eyeshadows, but I don't like this shade here. Well, I like the color, but if you can see, it is a matte shade, but you see all that glitter in it? I don't like that. Either do a matte shade or do a shimmer shade, or do a shimmer shade with glitter, but don't do a matte shade with specks of glitter in it, I think. But so I want to take that one out and replace it with another color. And I'm thinking this palette needs a crease shade. It has this dark charcoal color, but that's way too dark for me to use in my crease. So I'm thinking like a warm brown I can find out of another palette, and I can press it in there. So yeah, I'm coming up with all these ideas for little modifications I can do with my makeup. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Talk to you later.